Hey there, everybody. PTPOP here on a mind revolution, where I lead you out of the rabbit hole, one grain of truth at a time. On today's show, I have Cleveland area artist Nico Pico trained. Nico is a phenomenal musician, photographer, and artist. He resides here in Cleveland. You can find her work on Instagram or on Facebook. Just search for Nico Pico Train. And I'm really excited about talking to her today. Thanks for coming on to the show today. I really appreciate you being here. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I as we were talking before we started recording, I discovered you through I think I'm pronouncing his name correctly, John Skirdick. The Cleveland Public Library did a story on you.
He came to the Keen Zine Art Show 2023 for the magazine. Yes. He came to see Frances Elizabeth. And so I ended up meeting him too.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found I discovered you because of this picture. I've got it here on my screen. And I just love this picture. I just think this is hilarious because you've got supposedly a nun who to me looks like she's contemplating her chastity as she stares at a phallic symbol.
Yes.
And I think that's hilarious. That is just like, it's kind of erotic in a way. Is that a Judas priest emblem on the cross?
I
don't know.
Well, I know that's an actual, Catholic.
Oh, it is?
Rosary, I think. I mean.
Oh, I don't know. I got
it from my mom. I don't know.
Okay. But I discovered you because
PX symboler.
Yeah, that picture, and then I've got.
There hasn't.
Photographs. This is key. That in a second. Okay, I can't even hear myself. I guess I better be on top of this. But your photographs of bands, I thought were fascinating because as a photographer myself, I find it hard to capture the moment, capture the excitement, the intensity of a band's performance. I think you really nail it with a lot of your photographs.
You got to be in it.
Oh, yeah.
Get in the mosh pit next time.
Oh, is that what you do?
Yeah, I try. I try not to get hurt.
But it's you've got some great shots here that I just love. Trying to find some of them here.
Favorite though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like the one-on-one.
Yeah, this one's good. Capture the moment of.
That was in Brooklyn, New York.
Was it really?
Yeah. Has it in the subtitles? Was, and I think that's Reach Against or Reaching Out.
Reaching out. Yeah. HC it says that.
Hardcore.
Yeah. Hardcore. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an excellent photograph. But
great show. He let me in there. I didn't have enough money and forgot his name. From
I was very intrigued by this. This is the one picture that I first saw. I said, "Who is this woman? Stocking cap is something kinky." I thought.
My bathroom.
Is it really?
That's my red shower curtain.
How funny! It's great. It's really awesome. So after I saw these pictures, I thought your work was so strong, and then I discovered your music, and you've also got music, and I've heard a great cover you've done of White Rabbit.
Oh God!
And I've heard a lot of ladies do White Rabbit and not do it well, and you really sing it very nicely.
Oh, Grace Slick.
Yeah. What is the best place that people can do your work, listen to your music?
Well, music live. I play out here and there, but I don't advertise, so you just have to find it. And
you're hard to find.
Yeah, I try to not to, I don't know. I don't know. I'm weird, but photography, Instagram, Facebook, this Keen Zine, the art show for the magazine. That's it's the third year. That's okay. So I mean, you can come to one of those shows. All the artists have stuff.
So Keen Zine. Well, let me go over to Keen Zine. So Keen Zine is a magazine, right?
Yeah, it's a magazine. It's a zine I came out with. First one was a blur now. 2020, during the pandemic, and I had nothing to do, so I was going on my mind. So I always wanted to do a zine, and I mean, I'm a photographer, so Xerox copy. So I had to two color, and I thought it was fun.
Yeah,
and I give them out for free, which probably not a good idea. I do. It's sad. I just put them out. It's kind of like guerrilla art to me. I just put them in here and there. And
do you put them up for like a 78th Street gallery or?
Sometimes, not all the time. It changes. And when I travel, I drop them off places. So if you find one.
Yeah, I couldn't find any record of it. Do you have a website where people can look at the magazine?
No, you have to get one in order to see it.
So there's like you said, art.
Yeah.
Kind of.
And, and the artist, and the last one had 21 plus artists. Some are anonymous. I have writers that are anonymous and other stories. I have a true story.
Yeah, what does the magazine cover?
Write, if you have some true stories, I'm always looking. Has to fit, not be too obscene, if possible.
So does it cover music or art or?
No music. The Cleveland underground scene, I started in 2017 because I was going to so many shows. Started going to shows when I was like 13, and I was like, well, I should document this stuff. And I started doing that and just putting them up, and just, start getting jobs from it. And
so what is the Cleveland underground scene?
Cleveland underground scene is solely photography of bands and places around Cleveland and wherever I travel. So bands from all over. If I'm in New York, I'll go see a band. If I'm in Portland, I'll go see a band. And, I just try to put them on there. Actually, I haven't put any. I think I put one Portland band on there so far. I just gotten backed up, and I kind of took a little break, so I haven't put anything new up there. But I will eventually. So
did you grow up in Cleveland, or?
I did partially. And so, went to Speak in Tongues a couple of times before it ended. And
Speak in Tongues mean Christian wise? What Speak in Tongues? What do you mean?
It was an underground place bands played.
Oh, here in Cleveland?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's in Cadell over there. It's across from Cadell.
Oh, the rec center.
Yeah, and you can see the tile on the sidewalk.
Oh,
that's the old place.
So, are you a Gothic? Consider yourself Gothic, or at one time?
Yeah, I did that when I was a teenager. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Love Sisters of Mercy and Red Lori, Yellow Lori.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Because I don't know. There was a club in the West Bank of the Flats called Metropolis.
Yeah.
And it might have been gone.
Yeah, I went there. It was huge. And they had the big stage where it came out. I'd go there for techno nights or whatever. Yeah,
I used to go there in the 90s for fetish night, and they had all these organ grinder ball.
Yeah, organ grinder, yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff was there.
Awesome.
And that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was a lot of fun. But so do you find it hard to be an artist here in Cleveland? Because I find as an artist, it's an odd area to be an artist, because I've gone to other areas of Ohio and the country where there's more open-minded welcomeness. I think there's a lot of competition here, a lot of art snobs. Pretentiousness, yes. I call them art snobs, but
yes.
Yeah.
But that comes with the territory. But yeah, no one gives a shit. Yeah. You got to do it because you love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't do it to try to get anywhere with it.
That's what I find is that most people here, you have to leave the city of Cleveland to.
Is it? Don't you have to leave in
that's what they say. I left. I went to Phoenix, but Phoenix is a whole different. And again, it's a whole different atmosphere.
I find the quality here, music and art wise, is through the roof.
It really is.
There's really a lot of great artists and musicians here in Cleveland. I don't know. I think we beat a lot of places. But But
Yeah. So what kind of struggles have you found as an artist here?
Well, that's why I started the Cleveland underground scene, and essentially, I started showing in 2012 again, and I was showing on and off for like 5 years, and did a lot of shows, and I got nothing from it. You're shown in a gallery, you go, you schmooze. I'm more about actual relationships. I can't just shallow shit, and it was just empty for me. Just like put this amount on it, and nothing ever sold, and it wasn't for me. I like working with the community. I like people to see. I like show and tell. That was my favorite subject. I like bringing my toys in and showing everybody my little dog and shit like that. So this is way better for me as an artist. I get to put what I want in it. Nobody's telling me what to do. I get to put it out there, and you see it, and whether you like it or not. I like that.
Yeah.
I don't have to go to the gallery to see.
So when you said your little dog, you're a sculptor too, aren't you?
Oh, I was talking about show and tell in like second grade.
I thought you meant literally you made little dogs or something.
Yeah, but I do sculpt too. Yeah, I have some sculpture.
What would you put in your shows? Your photography? Or
what do you mean, like when I was showing in galleries?
Yeah.
Photography, my sculptures. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you said it just didn't sell. People weren't interested in it, or?
Well, I mean, it's like you have to sell yourself all the time.
Yeah,
it's just not my thing. It's like I just want to do shit to do shit. I don't want to have to like make you want it. I mean, if you don't like it, leave me alone. Like,
Did you ever meet people that come up and say, oh, and they didn't know you were the artist, and they would talk about your work as if they'd say, oh, I know how she did this?
No, they would actually like talk about like what it meant to them or what they thought it meant, and it was totally completely different from what I was coming from, which I like. I like that people, find different meaning in it for themselves.
Yeah. Been doing photography for a long time, but I ran into the same thing you ran into. It's just 9 people walk into my booth, some of these shows, and go, not know I was the artist, and say, oh, he photoshopped it. They had all these ideas of how I made it. When I've taken shots of stuff that I just snapped with my iPhone just spontaneously, and these people are telling me that, no, you didn't do that. I can't do this anymore. Idiots. And like you said, you've got to sell yourself. You got to be friendly, and you got to. Yeah. I'm just too quiet and cynical to put up with it. That's why I didn't fit in the corporate world.
Am I allowed to cuss?
Yeah, I mean,
fuck that.
Yeah. Oh, I know exactly.
Forget it. I can't do it.
I did a shoot with a dominatrix in Phoenix, and those 2 pictures I did sell like hotcakes on the stock.
Oh, sex sells. That's why I did the liquid sex series. That wasn't the sole reason, but like I knew it would sell because there's perverts everywhere.
Yeah. Well, what is the liquid sex series? Because there's very few pictures I could find from the display.
Well, we can't show the book because it's really. But
it's
it pretty much it all started with like I wanted to kind of like. I don't know. I wanted to do an erotic shoot, and I kind of in the beginning used my body in certain poses, but it really wasn't like what looked like was happening wasn't really happening. It was.
Can I bring one of the pictures up I found?
Sure. Oh, boob. Yes.
Yeah.
One of my favorites.
Now, is that a model you worked with, or?
Yeah, it's a model. My models are mainly anonymous, so I.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was great.
I don't know if there's much of this. Is from an article from Can Journal.
Yeah.
I read the description of this one, and it's obviously cropped.
Yeah, he has his dick out.
Yeah. That's so. I mean, I just love the composition of this. See, I've been in enough art classes where I've seen 1,000 nude models, so I'm just like, this doesn't shock me. But to traditional vanilla person will go, a pierced nipple,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot it's pierced.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's... I wanted to go to school for art, but it never happened. I went for an interview at the Cleveland Institute of Art. Dude, I don't know, shook his hand. He's like, oh, let me see your work. And I brought out this portfolio. It was really bad. I mean, I was 18. And he goes, your artwork is a product of a bad art program in high school or just a bad teacher. And I looked at him and took his hand again. I was like, thanks. And I walked out. I was like, I will never go to school for art. I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And yeah, fuck that shit. I couldn't believe he said that. I was like, well, aren't you like, let me see your work. Let me judge you for a minute. Damn.
Well, anyways. You'll find that in college that the teachers all come across as if they're the ultimate artist. I found this. I went to school and studied at a high university, and I never saw these people create art. They would just walk around the room. This is best. And judge and put shading there, do that. But you never saw them do any work. So how did I know? I always wondered this as an 18-year-old. How do I know they're even artists? And that you could, and it was really weird. But you'll get that. You'll get this really weird pretentiousness again, telling you no good or it's good. Not there to help you. You're there just to put you down. It seems.
My favorite artist is Mark Slankard. Check out his photography.
Is this who inspired you to be a photographer?
No, but he's one of my teachers at CSU.
Who inspired you to become an artist and a photographer?
Photography, I had one of those little, is it 110 or 220? It's the little round and then it connects. Pop it in, little point and shoot, little rectangle cameras. Yeah. Started out with that.
Kodak.
And then my mom got me a Minolta X370 when I was 17.
Yeah.
And then I caught my dog shitting the shit midair, taking a shit. I was like, I got this. I got this.
You caught it just as it hit the grass before it hit the grass.
Midair. I was like, all right, I got it.
Wow, that's hilarious.
Fun. And I've been shooting ever since.
Wow. So what kind of camera do you use now?
I have a Sony Alpha 7 III. It's a mirrorless, lightweight.
Oh, nice.
I have a 8 to 200 lens on it, which I love. And I like Panasonic too. The Lumix.
Yeah.
Great. I like the fixed lens one. That's what I started out with. Kind of like a starter camera. The stabilization. Okay.
Stabilization, yeah.
Really great on those cameras.
Good.
Yeah. And I love them.
What do you shoot with when you're shooting bands?
My Sony. Yeah.
It looks like.
But I've done I started with the Panasonic. Sony. My grandfather used a Nikon.
Oh, he was a photographer too?
He was. God, the colors back then, like he would put all his on slides. Yeah. And then, we would develop whatever. And oh my God, the color is so rich in those Kodaks.
Oh yeah.
You can't find that today. You have to imitate. You have to go into Photoshop and create that. It doesn't exist anymore. It's just so rich.
Digital is so cold and sterile compared to film. Yeah.
It really is. He was great.
So when you go into see a band, what are you looking for? Because you really capture like the energy of a lot of these people.
I think everyone has their own beauty. And when you find like my side, this is my better side. Okay. So like, you find that angle that just, makes you just like, yes, that's it right there. And I try to capture it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I move around so fucking much I can't get it.
You beat yourself up when you miss the shot. You're like, I didn't have my camera on.
And I think about it for days.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It tears you up. And in that same image, like just I freeze frame their face at that one place. And I'm like, God, why couldn't I get it? Sometimes there's a mosh pit, you got to work around it. Sometimes there's just mean people that won't let you through. I went to a show one time and it was packed and I'm trying to get through the crowd. And this guy would not move. I'm like, dude, I'm not, I'll be like 5 minutes. I never stay in one place. I'm constantly moving around. It's just.
So when you use your Sony, that's a pretty good camera for low light, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. It only goes to like here because my Panasonic goes like to 1.8 or so. Yeah, something like that. Or is it my Sony? God, I should know this.
No.
Other shit are just like, oh, this demo.
No, I know Sony's are supposed to be good for shooting in low light, like in bands and dark rooms.
Yeah, like yeah. I like using just my 50, like my prime lens.
Sure.
Because it's so much and everything. And oh yeah.
Here's one of the pictures. This is the one I like. He wasn't wearing boots, but
that's blue. Yeah.
That's a really cool picture.
Thank you. He's a really great model. All my models are great. I mean, just when I go in there with a model, I kind of just like we come up with ideas. They have their own ideas. I let them run the show. It's better that way. When the model's comfortable, you got.
Oh yeah. It's a totally different thing.
Takes about an hour to, loosen up. So a good 2-hour shoot is perfect.
So we were talking about the Liquid Sex. Is that a series? Is it a gallery showing?
The Liquid Sex series is just my erotic photography.
Oh,
that's the name of it. And I have one book out so far, which I sold ones that I made.
So you don't have any of those books?
No. I mean, I have my copies that I brought today. I will be coming out with a second one. I've been saying that for a year now.
Yeah.
I haven't started it yet because I really want to get this other Keen out. Get that started because I'm going to have to find a gallery to show everyone, whoever happens to be in it. So, hey, if you have a space, you were
in a gallery in Parma, weren't you? At the
Parma?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. We showed there a couple times, or I showed there.
Do you find it's hard to show erotic photography in this town?
No. I mean, when I had I curated my Liquid Sex series. It was at Art on Madison over there, across from school is down the way, but the football field and everything, and
in Lakewood.
Yeah, and I had that boob pic like inside, but it was by the window, And I guess some kids went by, some teenagers or a mom or something, and she saw the boob, and I had to put curtains up, which is totally understandable. I'm not, saying anything bad or complaining. I guess I should have done that at the beginning, but like anything really graphic or was in the back. So that's the only problem I had, essentially.
Okay.
They were like, works.
No. They weren't out to string you up and put you on the gallows or anything. Burn her, she's a witch.
Yeah. But that show turned out pretty good.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
because sometimes I at the different things I put my
photographs. Thank you to everyone who came out.
And you're also a musician. I found some of your music here, and I don't know if I'll get in trouble if I put this on YouTube, but you mind if I play some of your White Rabbit here?
Oh God, yes. No? Please, God, no.
No, don't do it? No? Okay. All right. What about your music? How did that get started? What inspired you to sing? And
I've sung since I was a little girl. All this stuff happened since I was little. So photography, art. I mean, you can ask anybody from high school on down. She's always been that way. I was always dressing up in school in my weird clothes and shaved head and combat boots. And,
the whole thing, yeah.
In art class,
Yeah. Do you have one artist that is your greatest inspiration?
Actually, I really loved Madonna growing up.
Did you really?
Because she was beautiful. Her music, girl loving Madonna music, of course. And just a talent. And she was, and when I was a teenager, she was, very sexual and put out with the sex book and all that. Mm. I think that was my inspiration for Liquid Sex, maybe, but yeah. Always loved her. That was like my only person I looked to. And then art wise, I mean, I aced art history, but I never really delved into any other artist. I tried to not actually, because I didn't want it to corrupt my work.
Yeah, that can, like if you have a famous artist.
I don't want to copy anybody. I don't want to see something and say, hey, I want to do that. I know I try to come up with my own shit or talk with people and they'll throw something out there and then you put in on it and then you guys come up with this awesome thing.
Yeah.
That's Then trying to imitate the masters or whatever. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, that's really good because I know a lot of people, myself included, especially with music, where you're influenced by whoever it is, the Beatles or Eddie Van Halen or whatever it is, and everyone's trying to play like that band.
Yeah, why do you want to sound like somebody else?
Yeah, and it's just like, well, you'll never be that. You'll never be an Eric Clapton. There's only one.
Right.
Why try to imitate it? And so that's great that you try not to let that taint your work or influence your work, because just be yourself.
Right.
Because every time I pick up the guitar, I used to think, oh, I've got to sound like John Lennon, or I've got to sound like
you're afraid
James
to
Taylor.
sound like yourself.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why?
I just thought of something with Keen. So do you go to a print shop to get this printed and stapled or manufactured, or do you do it all yourself?
Oh, I wish. I wish I could. If I had the funds to do that, I would knock out every middleman totally.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But no, I get it printed. But they do a great job. I'm so happy with them. I'd give them a big old kiss if I could. And yeah.
It looks, I haven't seen one up close, but it looks like it's professionally done. And thank you.
And like I said, always looking for writers, true story writers, like true story.
Yeah.
Shit that's happened to you.
So is this you?
I don't know.
Okay.
You think so?
I don't know. I don't think so. Well, yeah, it is. I think it is. I'm not certain. I'm checking the rings.
Oh, shit.
Because you see stuff like this up at 78th Street or all over Coventry. So, wow, some of the illustrations in here are awesome.
On Philly, Cleveland artists.
Kind of reminds me of...
most of those are Cleveland artists. There's a guy from Minnesota and Texas and South Carolina.
Yeah, these are really nice.
And New York. From New York.
Is this your shot?
Yeah.
It's nice. It's hard to get a good picture of the Terminal Tower. I've been trying for years, and you can see that, but it's nicely framed.
Yeah, that's from down in the flats a bit, where bands play.
Got UFOs and Nazis.
Oh, that is Don Robinson.
That's hilarious.
I think it's fucking hilarious. I love the Panthers with the.
Oh yeah, yeah.
No, it has nothing to do with.
This is some of the artwork. This is looks like mixed media or collage.
Yeah, Don Robinson, he does collage work, and this one right here is huge. It's like this big. You touch it, and you just feel all the cutouts. I picked the ones with the most cutouts, the ones he really put together.
Do you have any coming up? Any exhibits coming up or exhibitions?
I would be keen for the magazine. I haven't put it together yet, but I made a couple changes this past couple months, and I'm changing up a little bit. So yeah, we'll see.
When do you hope to have it out?
End of the year, and it'll be an art show. I'll put it on Facebook and everything. Keen, KEENZ. I have my own little Facebook page.
And where can people find your work? Is it just I've mentioned Instagram, Facebook?
Yeah. I don't sell anywhere. The photography and stuff. I would sell to someone, but I don't put it out there like that unless I'm in a gallery or something. So yeah, Facebook, Instagram, Cleveland Underground Scene on YouTube is the videos I shoot.
Oh, this is nice. Some of the colors are really nice and vibrant.
When I first started out, they were so dark, I didn't know how to work my camera properly.
Oh, it's hard. It's really hard in dark places. That's cool. So we can go there and then Facebook and Instagram. That's cool.
Yeah, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. I used to have my liquid sex on Tumblr, but you can't do that anymore. I guess people got a little too weird on there. So I just, it's still up there. I don't know. I haven't visited since change.
Okay, you mean since?
Didn't Tumblr change or something to?
I have been on Tumblr in years.
Less risque, because before it was uncensored. Now it's censored.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah. It's kind of like Twitter. I think Twitter has gone real uptight about a lot of things.
Yeah, X.
X, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And what's Facebook now? Oculus or something like that?
Meta?
Meta, maybe that's it. Yeah.
Facebook? I don't know.
I don't like social media a whole lot. I think it's evil, but that's a whole nother story. Oh, you know what? The last one I was going to ask you at the beginning. Nico Pico Train. Is that your legal name or is that a show name?
I will leave it up to you.
It's a secret.
What do you think?
I think it's a show name.
You may be wrong.
But okay, cool. It's been awesome talking to you. Thank you so much for coming. And I hope this gets you some exposure of your work or something like that. Well, I'll put it up on YouTube. It'll be on my podcast. I'll do the audio on my podcast.
Edit out all the stupid stuff.
Yeah, well, I never even thought of that before. But no, this has been great. Thanks so much for coming, and good luck to everything you do.
Thanks. Stay warm, everybody.
Yeah.